Hello everybody. So today we're going to take a look at section 6.5. We're going to continue our discussion with inequalities, but today we're going to take a look at using multiplication and division, or at least equations that will require us to use multiplication or division in order to solve it. And when we're dealing with inequalities, there's a really important trick that we're going to have to remember when we're solving them. So let's take a look. Okay, so we're going to start off by discussing a simple inequality. So we're going to start off with -1 is less than 2 on the number line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply both of these numbers by some positive number. Let's say we're going to use 2. Okay. So if I take this, if I take -1, multiply it by 2, of course we get -2. So our value moves there. And what we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So if I multiply 2 by 2, of course we get 4. Okay. And I end up over there. So our new inequality now is -2 is less than 4. And the question is this statement still true? And yes, it is. Of course, -2 is less than 4. So that's fine, nothing changes. But what we're going to do this time is we're going to take the same thing, the same two numbers, and we're going to multiply it by -2. Okay? So if I take -1, multiply it by -2, that will give us +2 over there. And if I multiply 2 by -2, I end up at -4. Right? So notice here how our dots cross over. So what that leaves us with now, so our -1 is less than 2 became 2 is less than -4. So is this inequality still true? And no, it's not, right? -2 is not less than 4. We know that. So that's not true. What would make it true is if we took our inequality sign and flipped it. If we flipped our inequality sign, that would make this expression true. Okay? So we take 2 is less than -4, and it becomes 2 is greater than -4, which of course now is true. Okay, so what we have here is that trick I was referring to earlier. And it's very important. This is the one thing that you certainly want to remember for this part of the chapter. So when we solve inequalities that require us to multiply or divide by a negative number only, you have to flip the inequality sign to make it true. If you forget to flip it, you'll get the question wrong. Okay? If you're multiplying or dividing by a positive number, nothing happens, it's fine. You don't have to do anything. This is only when you multiply or divide by a negative number. I'm also going to say if you have to add or subtract by a negative number, that's fine. This rule only applies with multiplication and division. Okay? So let's do a few examples. So let's try this one. 5s is greater than 15. So what do we have to do to get the s by itself? It's 5 times s, so of course our opposite operation is going to be division. So we're going to divide by 5 on both sides. That cancels out. So here we divided, but we divided by a number that's positive. Because the number is positive, we don't have to do anything with this inequality sign. Okay, so we have s greater than 15 divided by 5. That's 3. Okay, so that's our solution. The question's asking us to also check our solution. So we can check with a number that's bigger than 3, so maybe 4. Right, so we can come over here. So check. So a number that's bigger than 3, like I said, 4. So I'll make a substitution there. Five times 4, that's 20. Is 20 bigger than 15? Yes, it is. True. All right. Let's check the next question. Negative 5s is greater than 15. So again, here we're multiplying negative 5 times s, so our opposite operation is going to be division. So divide by negative 5 on both sides. So here, now, it is a negative number that we're dividing by. So this coefficient will still cancel out, and we'll still have s on the left-hand side, but because we've divided by a negative number, now this inequality sign flips. It goes from greater than to less than. Okay? And then we have 15 divided by negative 5. Positive divided by a negative, of course, gives us a negative. And 15 divided by 5 is 3. So that's the solution for that inequality. So again, we can check. I'll just do my check here. So we need to pick a number that is less than negative 3. So a number that's less than negative 3 would be negative 4, for example. So I can use negative 4 here. And then multiply that together. So negative 5 times negative 4, positive 20. And as we can see, 20 greater than 15. Is that true? Yes, it is. So we're good. Okay. 2 more. K divided by negative 3 is less than or equal to negative 2. Okay, well, the number that's preventing k from being by itself is right there, the negative 3. And it's being divided, so of course our opposite operation here is going to be multiplication. So we're going to multiply by negative 3. And as usual, these two will cancel out. But notice, again, I've multiplied by a negative number. Okay? So I'll still have k left over here, but because I just multiplied by a negative number, this inequality sign is going to swap. And then I got negative 2 times negative 3. Two negatives make a positive. It's going to be 6. So k is greater than negative 6. So, or equal to 6. So I can check here. K negative 3 less than or equal to negative 2. So it can be less than, or sorry, it could be greater than or equal to 6. So I'll just use 6 as my check here. So 6 divided by negative 3, negative 2 is negative 2 less than or equal to negative 2. Yes, it's equal, so that's good. And the last one, k divided by 3 less than or equal to negative 2. So we're going to multiply by 3 on both sides again to get our k by itself. And notice here that it is a positive 3 that we're dividing by, or sorry, that we're multiplying by. So because it is a positive number, we are not going to do a single thing to our inequality sign. We're going to leave it as it is. Negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. So that's our solution there. So again, we can check. And we need to pick a number for k that's less than or equal to negative 6. So again, I'll just pick that number. I'll just use negative 6. Negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2. Is negative 2 less than or equal to negative 2? Yes, it is. True. So we're good. Okay. So I think that's all for this week. I'm just going to limit you guys to these examples for now. We'll do this example next week, I think. So we're only going to do half of section 6.5 this week. We'll do the second half next week. So for your homework, so that one's going to be on page 305. And I just want you to do number 4, 5A, 6, and let's say 7. We'll just do those for now. We'll do the rest of them next week. All right, so everybody stay safe out there, and I'll see you next time. Bye.